Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving back into the 10-star against Kizuna BLACKBEARD for the Worldwide Celebration Start campaign. And in today's video, we're using my double BOA teams and what I will be using to sort of take down the 10-star event. Now, remember, you really want to make sure that you are using the suicide strat as much as possible. A lot of people should be doing multiple assists to get enough tickets to get 6+ Rayleigh. So ideally, you jump into the 10-star, you bring a BOA friend captain, you leave the quest, and then you say, yes, I would like friends to assist me. It'll bring up a timer on top of your 10-star, and then your friends or your alliance members can actually save you. You both get the same rewards, and that way, every 15 minutes, you can do a run. Now, it's not exactly like peak gameplay, because you're on a 2-hour timer per stamina, and then like 2 stamina gets you like 20 tokens, which allows you to do like 1 run. So if you guys want to play, go for gold, but you ideally want to be doing this with assists. Now I'm going to dive into my runs today. I'm just going to let it rock and talk about replacements for BOA and Sharky. Now the first variation is the Sai variation. This is the team that I am running. We are using a friend captain BOA. Because I have BOA, I'm using her on the team. It works really, really nicely. But if you guys have the Sharky unit, you can just replace Zoro Sanji here. That's going to give you the defense up removal. You are going to lose a little bit of damage. However, you will have another extra color affinity booster there. And then you could probably replace Robin Koala. But look, Robin Koala really, really good. Like I said, you are going to lose a lot of damage when you do use something like Sharky. But running BOA as a friend captain allows you to guarantee more drops. But that's my team. That's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive on in. Now, I'm running BOA. Not BOA. Yeah, BOA is a friend captain, but Bonnie as my captain. Bonnie is a Sai and an Int captain, so she's buffing both Bonnie and the team besides Zoro Sanji. Plus, because she's a free spirit character, BOA is actually buffing her as well. Now, on the Sai variation, it's a little bit weird. You don't actually get your cooldowns off bat, which it's like the first time I think they've ever done this. You actually get your cooldowns on stage 2, which does hinder characters like Uta and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's really not that big of an issue. Now, on stage 2, what's his name? Oh my god, I'm totally blanking. One of the Blackbeard pirates, Burgess, Jesus Burgess. He puts up 5 turns of resilience and gives you an attack down if you're below a certain chain multiplier. I think it's a 3 times chain multiplier. To get around the resilience here, we're going to be using the Treasure Map Luffy special. He gives us an attack boost, and then with that, we can use the Momo support for end of turn damage. The upside to using a Luffy on this crew is it triggers the BOA super type, as well as being a condition for the Zoro Sanji's what's it called? Zoro Sanji's super tandem effect. On this stage 2, we're also going to use one of our BOA specials. With the help of the Grantosaurus ship, we can actually extend the duration of the chain boundary from 2 turns to 3. That's actually super key, so that way we can bring it into the final stage. Because that debuff of being attacked down below a 5 times or 3 times chain for 5 turns, it's on you, so you have to deal with it for 5 turns. So we are going to have to carry that into the final stage. But with that, BOA tapping with a tandem bob actually increases it, which is really, really nice. Then on the final stage against BLACKBEARD, you take a 50% HP cut. You get 5 turns of healing bind. He puts up 5 turns of defense up, which will go up to 6. And then after level 30, he puts up a barrier for 3 tandem orbs. So for this team, we're going to remove... Oh, he also gives us 5 turns of pain. Using BOA's special, though, we can remove the 5 turns of pain. She's also going to be our attack booster now because we have a chain boundary thanks to that carryover of the Grantosaurus ship. We're then going to switch with Robin Koala for color affinity. You can then use their special for an orb buff. Plus, after level 30, when the barrier is there, you can use them to remove the barrier too, which is really, really handy. Once we've done that, we can super swap with Zoro Sanji, use the Zoro Sanji special to remove the defense up. They're also going to increase our attack, increase our orbs, and give us a whole bunch of chain shenanigans, which is great. We can use the BOA super type to make Cerebrals hit just a little bit harder. And then with Bonnie, we can use her special to give us a conditional boost against increased damage taken and weakening. And then with her super type, because she's the captain too, we get the resistance. With her super type, we get a bunch of recovery orbs, and with those recovery orbs, we can now activate the weakening effect. And as you guys will see here, like, the damage is massive. Unfortunately, we don't have a super tandem. I feel like there's probably a way to squeeze on a support that gives me a tandem orb, or maybe something like Zoro Sanji when I use their special. Maybe when I use like the Robin Koala special, there might be something there. And if there is, let me know in the comment section below, because I'd love to add it just for more damage. But nevertheless, like, this team's going to work well up to level 30, past level 31. I don't see it having any issues whatsoever. As you guys saw there, like, Bonnie just single taps it. If you guys don't have Bonnie, you can just replace her with another captain. You can run BOA as your captain and then just, like, run another int character on the team. And if you have Sharky, you just run Sharky. But moving on to the int variation now, we are running double BOA captains for this one. Again, we're using the Grantosaurus ship because having that extension of the chain boundary is actually a ridiculously busted mechanic for this ship. I would highly recommend people level up the ship. You get 1 turn of bind removal, 1 turn of attack down removal, and at level 12 mods, you also extend the duration of these chain boundaries and chain locks. It's just any 2-turn chain boundary or chain locker just becomes infinitely more valuable under the ship. Like, it's actually wild. Because remember, chain boundaries, chain locks, they're not classified as positive buffs. They don't get blown away. But moving on to int, that was the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive on in now. For this particular team, I'm using Kid Luffy. He's my Luffy unit for the BOA super type shenaniganry. We're going to activate him on turn 1. That's going to give us 5 turns of a orb boost, and that start giving us some chain shenaniganry as well. So the idea with Kid Luffy, though, is you do want to make sure that you are hitting your 2 perfects every single turn. So just strategize in that regard. And on stage 2, when you see Katarina Devon, it becomes very easy because you need to hit 2 perfects to break through her barrier anyway. So Kid Luffy works really, really well here. You get blinded on your left-hand column, so just be careful of that. She puts up 5 turns of defense up, has a 2-turn perfect barrier, but utilizing the treasure map rare recruit Sanji is absolutely amazing here because he removes the bind nice and easily. He gives your left-hand column a full board of orbs, which is perfect because we just really need to keep that orb on Odin for the final stage. With that, we can activate the super type of one of our BOAs, and then we can use this special of one of our BOAs because we don't need both of them on the final stage. It just helps us kill here because we have that carryover effect thanks to the Grantosaurus ship. Now remember, you do have to hit 2 perfects here, so that'll break the barrier. BOA makes it easier to hit perfects as well, so as you can see, it's super easy. But if you're struggling for damage, or if you're not using Kid Luffy, Sop will just go through the barrier anyway. On the final stage against Blackbeard, he only allows you to use 2 specials, but that's where Odin's level or limit break ability kicks in. He gives you 5 turns of despair, which will go up to 6 after level 30. That Zoro support is completely null and void because I have the Sanji 3-turn chain boundary up boost. I totally forgot about that. But to get around the despair with this team, we're using the super type of, or super class, sorry, of BOA. The super class of BOA is going to remove 6 turns of despair. You apply the love ability, but look, that's not really a big deal. With her special, she's now going to be our attack booster, but ideally, I should have used the special of Odin first. Odin would give you the plus buff, and he's the color affinity booster for this team. That would just increase our attack boost from BOA, so that way you have just like that little bit extra damage. We're going to switch with Sop, use the Sop special for base stats and a conditional boost. BOA does give a condition with her delay. However, the conditional boost that you, unless you find a level 5 BOA, the conditional boost that you get from Sop, it's just better. Like, it's with the Robin support, it's just so much better. You can then tap with Sop into BOA, and then you actually activate the super tandem of your friend Captain BOA or your BOA, whichever way you want to go about it. And whilst you're not getting that conditional boost that she provides, you're still getting just a minor little super tandem attack boost there too. So that's my team versus int. It's going to work very nicely. I don't see it having too many problems to what I need it to get to. Like I said, these teams aren't like the most ungar of bungar of damage. There definitely can be improvements here and there, but at the end of the day, for what you're doing in a regular Kizuna, these teams are definitely going to work absolutely fine. Moving on to the tricolor now, we are utilizing the man, the myth, the legend, Super Tandem Zoro, man. Like, this guy is so good for this particular fight. We are running BOA as a sub once again. We have the Shark Superb ship, and then we have a bunch of supports just to help us with a little bit of damage. The Mr. 1 support and the VV support are completely replaceable with other options for color affinity or chain boosting, but you do need that Sabo support on Luffy. If you guys don't have that Sabo support on Luffy, what you guys can actually do here is swap Bobbins for Usohachi. Now, Usohachi has a Sailor ability where he reduces special bind by 1 turn. So super, super clutch ability, because then you can partner that with the... what's it called? You can partner that with the Luffy, And that way you, actually, you know what? That's actually going to be way better because we can just do this. I'm just going to do this because I feel like it's way more accessible for you guys as well. So that way you guys understand what's going on. Any support on Luffy will work fine, but base stats from Sabo is going to work really, really nicely. Usohachi gets cooldowns. It just works out an absolute treat here. And that 1 turn of special bind removal is going to be clutch after level 30. After level 30 as well, you do have to deal with reduced recovery, but a friend captain BOA or your own BOA is going to help out with that. So that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive on in. Now, the upside to PKA Luffy, besides being an absolute demon for the final stage, giving us base stats, orb boosting, and special bind removal, he allows us to start with a full board of recovery orbs. And the reason that's really, really good is because Zoro needs to get in his Enma state. And if you activate the Sheath ability of Zoro on turn 1, you can turn all of those recovery orbs into One orbs, which is awesome because now when we tap with type advantage, we can actually keep those one orbs. So ideally you want to make sure you keep one on Zoro. That's very, very important. So if you guys don't have BOA yourself, replace BOA with another Psy unit. That's very important, so that way you can keep these one orbs, or you can just directly replace her with Hiyori, and that way you don't even have to worry about any of the stuff that I'm saying right now. So we're going to tap like this, bada bing, bada boom, bada bop. Beautiful stuff, my friend. As long as you keep a Wano orb on Zoro, like, you are going to be absolutely fine. So that's why I changed the tap timing to tap with him third. So that way, he guarantees to hit with type advantage. He keeps that Wano orb. We're still using that Wano orb, and you're going to be absolutely hunky-dory from there. Unfortunately, we are going to take a 51% HP cut on stage 2 against Shiryu. And then he's also going to put up 5 turns of damage reduction and threshold. This is where that Usohachi special comes in, or Bobbins if you're using Bobbins. You can use the Int Brook as well. It's another really, really good shout. But that's just, as long as you remove that, that's going to be fine. Now, on my BOA, I have the Jinbei support. It's really not essential, that Jinbei support. You could replace that with basically anything. But the reason that I'm saying that it works really, really well is because it locks your orbs. Now, again, if you're using Hiyori here, you can just get yourself a full board of Wano orbs, and you're going to keep them anyway. But now we can actually unsheath with Zoro. That way we don't have to worry about losing too much HP. Luffy's going to give us recovery orbs on the final stage, and we can just rinse and repeat that same process. So you can just use stats or something like that on BOA. But look, I'm here now, and I don't really want to run this again. So ideally, once you use the BOA special, it's going to apply the Mero ability to all of the mobs. Now, you really only have to kill Shiryu here. Everyone else is actually going to run away. Using a BOA special there is great because you get that Mero ability. So if you guys want, just use the Cyber, like the old school Cyber. She applies the Mero ability. She's not going to give you as much damage, but remember, all you have to do is kill Shiryu, and you have type advantage with 2 units there, so you're going to be absolutely fine. On the final stage against Blackbeard, he gives you 5 turns of increased damage taken. He only allows you to do 50% of his HP for 2 turns, damage limiter. 5 turns of special bind, which will go up to 6 after level 30, as well as that healing debuff, which is very, very annoying. Now, as you can see there, Usohachi removed 1 turn of special bind. It's a really, really, really good Sailor ability, man. Like, a really, really good Sailor ability. And then Luffy's going to remove the rest. He's also going to give you a base stat boost. He's going to give you an orb boost to your free spirit and fighters, which this whole team is. Like, the whole team's free spirit. You're going to get all that fun stuff. Luffy gets a base stat boost thanks to Sabo now, because we don't need that other Sabo support. But if you guys don't have that Sabo, please do not stress. It is definitely not essential. Activate BOA's super... what's it called? Super class, so Cerebrals hit harder, namely something like Robin as well. You can use the Robin special to get that double conditional boost off. The Mr. 1 support is going to give her extra chain boosting. Activate Ember ability to double the chain limiter, and then you can use Zoro to give yourself an attack boost and a second conditional boost. Now remember, every time Zoro hits with a tandem or a Wano orb, he's going to apply the increased damage taken. And then finally, you can finish it off with BOA for all of your tap timing shenaniganry. And with this, like, it's see you later. Like, it's a lot of damage, man. It's a lot of damage. Usohachi also works for the Super Tandem Zoro, so honestly, he's a way better option than using something like Bobbins anyway. But that's going to wrap up the video. That's my BOA teams taking down the Kizuna 10-star. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully it helps you guys out. Remember, Sharky can be put on the first team over Zoro Sanji. She can be put on the final team that you saw there over something like Luffy. And you can, because she's a special bind, remember, and then she also works on the int team as an extension of BOA's ability, so you can just use BOA on stage 2 and you don't have to worry about the ship. But like I said, that's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down that belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Let's